Douglas County's decision to fire its public health experts could end up being costly in a couple of ways. There's obviously the potential human cost of putting politics over science, and then there are the lawsuits. An attorney is now warning the Republican county commissioners as well as school leaders in DougCo there's going to be a lawsuit if they drop the mask mandate that's been ordered by the outgoing public health department. And Arapahoe County is saying it may sue if DougCo's departure from their shared health department leaves them with the bill. Steve Stager's along now, and DougCo's stand against the public health orders got off to a great start, but now it looks like it's headed to court.
Sure does. In this case, there's really is only a threat for right now, but Douglas County's new health board isn't likely going to pass a mask mandate for schools, and that would trigger a lawsuit. Civil rights attorney Igor Rakin says that he has about a half dozen plaintiffs who live in Douglas County lined up, mostly children under 12 with disabilities. And he's drawn up a lawsuit on their behalf saying that ending a mask mandate puts these kids at higher risk for COVID, which could have dire consequences for some of them. Now, the suit against Douglas County argues commissioners didn't follow the rules when it comes to leaving a health department. You have to give 1 year notice. Commissioners did that in July of 2020, but then rescinded their letter in November of 2020. The lawsuit seeks an injunction to keep the county under a mask mandate until a court can determine whether the county's decision was valid. Rakin says he hasn't filed anything yet, only showed the county and school leaders a draft to warn them.
We want to give them the opportunity to do the right thing. We also are hoping that they come to their senses before they expose thousands of people to unnecessary risk, especially kids with disabilities. All we're asking is for everyone here to defer to the experts. I know everyone thinks they're an expert on everything these days, but let's actually defer to the real experts, the ones who went to medical school for years and years and years.
The statement from DougCo today, not too surprising. They won't comment on threatened litigation, but the county attorney has said in the past that he believes that July letter of intent to leave Tri-County fulfilled the county's requirement by law to give that 1 year's notice. DougCo's 5-member board of health was seated by the commissioners last week. They are expected to meet sometime in the next 2 weeks, which the county says would make the split final, though Tri-County would still be contracted for health services like restaurant inspections through at least the end of the year, Kyle.
So, Steve, all of this in Douglas County all along has been kind of based on the idea that they would go out and find their own medical experts who agree with what they think about masks. It's one thing to find a medical expert who agrees with you. It's a whole nother thing to have that person say, well, I want to come and run a Douglas County public health department as my job.
Think of that. They're going to have to seat a public health director at some point, and that public health director is going to, in some ways, have to go against the CDC guidance in this case to not have a mask mandate, to go against the state guidance if that is indeed the will of the board here. We've seen public health directors in other counties step down over political battles like this. It'd be interesting to see through the hiring process that they'll be able to find someone.
Maybe the person's watching tonight. They're a medical expert, a doctor, and they are anti-mask, and they'd like to run the Douglas County Health Department. Give them a buzz. Thank you, Steve.